Alright, a lot of you guys have been asking me to post a video of me playing as a race other than Eldar, and here you go. This is me playing as Space Marines, representing my favorite Space Marine chapter, the Imperial Fists, of course, and my hero is the Apothecary. Now, this game is going to be a prime example of why the Apothecary is one of the better Space Marine heroes, if not the best, and Assault Marines are exceptionally good against Eldar. I've just checked. You can check the playlist at the top left of the screen if you're not sure which race your opponent is at the start of the screen, because it doesn't tell you straight away, but you can check right at the start of the game what he's done. So that's one weird thing about Dawn of War 2, is that you pick your hero not knowing what hero your opponent has chosen and what race is chosen. I think probably a better system would be to not know what race your opponent is initially, but you're allowed to pick your hero after you've seen what race he is, if that makes any sense. But anyway, here's my capping order, taking the central requisition point first, and he's just captured the requisition point just to the lower left of that, moving in the Guardians, and now being intercepted by the Apothecary here. My build order has included one tactical squad, and after that I'm going to be saving up a lot of requisition and not going so heavy on power as I normally would as Eldar. I'm not really wanting to power up as much, and unfortunately my Apothecary has been caught out in the open, so sloppy play here by me and good play by my opponent. Warlock also is getting in there, but the Apothecary is able to heal himself up really easily, and that's just one of the very powerful things about the Apothecary. In the meantime, tactical squad's just attacking from behind, but unfortunately the Shuriken catapults had enough time to unset up and then set up all over again and start killing my tactical squad. So great play there by this Eldar guy. He's done well, and I have not done that well at the early game. But let's wait for imbalance to kick in before we start making judgment calls on how this game is going. Because despite how well you play or not, sometimes certain units really affect the game in ways that maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should. Maybe they shouldn't. Hard to say. Anyway, everybody, all the Space Marines are falling back here. But as you can tell from the minimap, I've actually captured a lot more of the map than my opponent has. Again, you know, you can see which points your opponent's captured on the map. It really changes the game a lot. You can see what kind of build order, what kind of capping order your opponent's going for straight away, and you have to try and counter it. Not sure whether I like it, but you know, I can deal with it. It's fair enough. It's a different game. Maybe it's not better or worse. It's just different from what we're used to. Tactical squad's reinforced and moving out, and yeah, I mean, this Apothecary, I think he really is the best hero. I mean, one point in time playing Eldar actually lost to games against a Space Marine player who used buildings very well with his Devastator squads, and his Force Commander had this hammer which kept knocking back my fire here, and I couldn't use her anti-vehicle spear to actually get rid of his dreadnoughts, and he won that convincingly. Really good game, actually, and I was very impressed by his play. But I think in general the Apothecary is better because you can heal all of your units that get into close combat. Sometimes Space Marines are weak in close combat. That's not a problem once you've got healing. Assault Marines, obviously, even better with healing going on. And the Apothecary gives you access to some really cool global abilities like reviving commanders and stuff like that. Anyway, again, the tactical Space Marines have been suppressed and shot to pieces. This is just sloppy play by me, just desperately trying to keep this one guy alive so they can try and rejuvenate him back at home. In the meantime, Apothecary just trying to get the better of these Shuriken Cannon units while they aren't facing him. But here comes another Shuriken Cannon, so this guy's really spamming the cannons, and that's just going to play right into the hands of my strategy here, which is Assault Squads. So let's wait and see how well the Assault Squads do. This Apothecary is just taking on the entire Eldar army by himself. He's doing quite well thanks to here. I'm just going to grab some warrior for him. I'm going to get the first boots upgrade, or whatever that is, armor. Anyway, the Assault Marines have arrived, so let's just see what happens here. The Apothecary is falling back, so it just falls to the Imperial Fists, just charging in, smashing up some Shuriken Cannons, reinforcing the tactical squad back at home. In the meantime, I think I may have lost my Scout Squad out in the field. I think he's taking that out, but no matter. The Assault Marines just trashing everything, taking out a whole squad of Shuriken Catapults, just charging back and killing another squad of Guardians. Now getting stuck into the Warlock, can't really seem to deal with it. And back at home, we've got the tactical squad is rejuvenated, the Apothecary is looking good, and pulling back the Assault Squad to link up with everybody else. Map's looking kind of half and half at the moment. I'm slightly ahead, but we'll have to see. I'm really liking my position right now because I can just keep saving, don't have to invest in tier 2 or anything, but eventually if I can get 2 Assault Marine squads, that's when the imbalance really starts to appear, because there's not too much that the Eldar can do about that, as we'll see later. Apothecary is at level 2, so that's looking good. And tactical squad in the background. One really good thing about the tactical squad there is their flexibility later on. The thing is, if you pay for a flamer Flamers are awesome early game, but you really just fuck yourself up later in the game because whatchamacallit, you can't upgrade a missile launcher or to go to flame. You can't drop your weapon and change it. I think Relic needs to, well, probably should look into that, allowing Space Marine players to actually buy back different war gear later on. In fact, all races should be able to do that if they've got options. Anyway, just while I remember it, I'll forget this otherwise, but one thing I've been meaning to say for a while now is fuck you, Windows Live. So sick of Windows Live. It's like I have to go on MSN and try and wait for my opponent to, well, my friend on MSN to talk to me before we can play again. It's just such bad functionality. I can't really get it to work quickly enough. I think, you know, Battle.net was a billion times easier with just simple chat, joining and creating games, and talking to players in chat and having friends messages and so forth. It just made it so much easier. I mean, it's just, the interface was a billion times better than anything in Dawn of War 1. And Dawn of War 2 is the interface for chat and stuff is even worse than Dawn of War, the original Dawn of War. So there you have it. It's just been very, very frustrating lately with Windows Live. Maybe there's, I mean, I'm sure there's more I can get out of it if I really try to just get myself more familiar with it and sort of educate other people on how to use it. But at the moment, it's just a real pain in the ass. It's definitely not feeling very intuitive. One other thing too is that my stats aren't being recorded, like how many games I've won and stuff like that. I don't really know what I've toggled on or off or what I need to do to activate that, but it's not working for me. So just another complaint getting to this game. Normally I don't really like you guys posting feedback on what I'm doing right and wrong in my actual games, but you're welcome to post feedback on how I can get Windows Live working better and how I can get my stats showing up on my player card or whatever it is, because I'd really like to be able to do that. Alright, so we've got 2 Assault Marine squads out in the field. The Space Marines have taken most of the map. The Eldar are probably taking up to Tier 2. Eldar Tier 2 is very strong, but only if you have the economy to support it, and that's probably not really the case with this Eldar player. If he gets out a Wraith Lord or a squad of Warp Spiders, they're really not going to cut it against double Assault Marines and the Apothecary, plus a tactical squad, because that's some really powerful Space Marine stuff right there. And now we can start, you know, really raking in the requisition cash, spending up large and really buying whatever I want. So here we go. Oh man, I feel sorry for the Shuriken team. But there's a Wraith Lord in behind, so after the Shuriken team goes down, it's time for the Assault Marines to charge and wiping everybody up and surrounding the Wraith Lord. So the really good thing about the situation is the Apothecary isn't there to heal the Assault Marines. And I've just clicked on the global Space Marine bonus, which makes my whole army invincible for a period of time. Like everybody on the map, as you can see, the tactical squads all the way across the other side of the battlefield have got invincibility. The Warlock's joined the combat, but there's nothing he can do. That Wraith Lord's going to go down to troops, which aren't even meant to be anti-vehicle, but the Wraith Lord's just getting trashed by it, and the Apothecary's going to follow up with trashing the Warlock as well. So there's level up. Assault Marines are level 2. That Warlock is about to bite the dust. And that's a win to the Imperial Fist. Hope you guys liked me playing Space Marines. I probably won't be doing too much more of that, but enjoy it while you can.